Alrighty. Alrighty, we have done it. We have killed Mythic Queen Ansurek. I'm going to do a bit of commentary over the VOD. And I'll pause and talk about different stuff. But first and foremost, let's... Man, look, let's be real here. We're going to go to Warcraft logs, and this is just tragic. It is just for some reason, my kill polls on Prog are cursed. I play well almost every other poll, I play well the entire night. And then our kill poll is just cursed. Like, you look at... This was the final poll. We had like a 4% wipe, and this is where I was at. I was doing great. I think I did almost 150 million more damage because the game is just bad. The game is just fucking bad, but we'll get into that. But this is the build that we're going to be playing, and with this is Frenzied Enrage. And Frenzied Enrage is very, very important on this fight. The amount of haste you have, at least right now, it might change with nerfs or whatever they do, but right now, haste is incredibly important on this fight, just because you need to have your Blade Storm at maximum cooldown reduction. And how we do that is through the Slayer stacks. I'm going to assume you already know how this shit works. Whenever you consume 3 stacks, you get 15 seconds off your Blade Storm, yada yada, right? But the reason why we're running Frenzied Enrage and why we want all this extra haste to the point where I am wearing additional haste gear that I normally wouldn't wear is because with the amount of stacks you generate, the marked for execution stacks is hasted proc per minute. So the more haste you have, the more stacks you will get, which leads you to have more Blade Storm cooldown reduction on this fight. And that is insanely important for our timings and how we play it. So, let's get into it. We'll just play the VOD. You'll hear them talk in the background. But for poll, we are just sending everything like we normally would be. Do not use potion. We use potion later.
Rewind has been pressed.
No.
You gotta be kidding me. You're fucking...
It has Alt F4 bound.
Right,
These guys are insane, Stacey.
Yeah, on poll, we just use our stuff as normal. And once again, like I said, Frenzied Enraged, the amount of additional haste we're getting is very important. Spell Reflect will block every single root on you. We have Spell Reflect for every single one of them, so you can Spell Reflect every single root. So we don't have to worry about roots at all, have to worry about breaking them. We just Spell Reflect it. That's how we deal with it.
Grasping silk.
Blades, watch your feet.
Web blades.
And this is something I want to stress very early because it is very important. We as warriors, as Fury Warriors especially, have a job to do. Our job is to blow up the ads. And if we die, we can't blow up those ads. So, quite literally, play your life. If you're at this point in the raid, you have plenty of gear, you have plenty of damage, you have a weekly stacking buff in the Severed Thread thing. Play your life, play to live. Do not die for extra globals. Do not greed. That is not this fight. This fight is very technical. It is very mentally taxing. Play your life, play to live, play for progression. Please, you will save yourself so much time by doing that.
First pop scare ready.
Yellow. Grasping silk.
Watch waves here.
Now, you'll notice we still have almost 45 seconds left on a cooldown reduction for our Blade Storm. This is where this is one habit you need to get into, is every single time these pools spawn, don't look at the boss, look at the pool. Look at these pools, see where the waves are spawning, go between them. This is a very, very good habit to get into early because it will save you later on. Look where the pools are, just play around, lose a global, no problem. Just play your life, man. Now, this root set is actually where... So this root set is actually where I kind of benchmark where I'm at in cooldown reduction. If I have gotten enough cooldown reduction to use Odin's Fury and Bladestorm together on this root set, then we're chilling, we're fine. However, if you're in a bad situation, if you're running Powerful Enrage, if you've gotten really, really bad RNG and you're like 15 to 20 seconds off sending your Bladestorm, that is when I'd almost recommend you hold your Bladestorm instead of sending it for damage, because you will need it. You will need your Bladestorm coming up. If you send it here and you're way behind on cooldown reduction just due to bad RNG, whatever, you just need to send it.
Blades after?
Or sorry, you just need to
Blades?
hold it if you get bad RNG.
Watch your feet.
Now, one tip that I learned pretty early on, especially for these web blades, is the easiest way to stay alive on these is most of the time the melee is going to be trailing. If here's the boss, the melee is going to be trailing on the boss's ass the whole time, right? That's what you're going to do most of the time. When the web blades start to spawn, just move in a circle around the boss, like this. You can keep up time, do whatever, but just move in a circle, in a half moon, like a half circle around the boss. It will generally treat you very, very well.
Stay clumps, blades again next.
Web blades.
Once again, even though blades spawned away from us, move in that half circle. You never know when the last blade's going to spawn. You don't want to be in an uncomfortable situation. And this is also, once again, why Frenzied Enrage is so important, because this cooldown set for this root set in 19 seconds is when we need Bladestorm. The other thing is, if you are in, for example, the second pop, which is what I recommend you do this every time. If you're not in the first pop, you're in the second pop, there is a chance that when this Nova goes off and you're standing all the way up here, the Nova can hit you and you will just die. There's no reason to die to it. So at 1 second, I always just run away. Run back here. The Nova's here. If I was standing there, I would have gotten hit.
Watch waves.
It is a very, very important habit to get into, to just take a step off the boss towards the back of your bubble to make sure you're not getting hit by the fucking Nova. Because any additional death in P1 is a serious problem later on in the fight.
And we're dodging blades in the pools.
Once again, watch the wave.
Personal whenever.
And this is the main wave you need to watch. This is the most important wave of P1, because this wave will kill you over and over and over again if you don't pay attention to what it's doing. And we had a lot of deaths throughout the course of our prog due to this wave pop specifically. So you notice I dodged first, dodged the second wave, but I can see that this third wave is coming right here. It's coming right here through the boss. So the moment these web blades spawn, I'm doing that half circle movement and just going to the other side. Because anything that is going to be safe in relative range is about to get destroyed by this wave.
Pools are dropping into...
You see this nice open spot right here? Great open spot. Full uptime, hit the boss, whatever.
One.
Not so great spot now, is it? You need to watch where that third wave is going, because it can go straight through the boss, it can go to the right, it can go to the left. Depending on where this wave is going, depends on whether or not I go far left or far right of this boss to try and stay safe. Even though I'm losing uptime here, totally fine, not a problem. The only thing that matters is, like we benchmarked before, we have enough cooldown reduction. This will actually happen a lot, by the way, where your last stack to get your CDR is coming up. But this is where I send my potion. This is where we blow up all the wreaths. All these wreaths. Send my potion, send all my cooldowns.
Watch your feet.
And you have to send everything, because if you don't, you have about 4 seconds to kill those before these web blades spawn, and either start panicking the players stuck in the roots, or they will just simply die. So, yeah. This is why Frenzied Enrage is important. This is why having our Bladestorm right there is very important. It is why if you're behind on Bladestorm CDR, I would recommend just holding your Bladestorm for that set specifically.
Range spread. Make sure you guys Spy Master on your cooldown.
This is something we actually did as well, is we set up a Warlock gate right here. You have to preset this up every single pull, so it's really annoying for the Warlock. but it's pretty consistent to where you're going to be every single pull. But we set this gate up so after this toxin and root set goes off, we gate so we can bait as many web blades as possible
Rallying cry in
away
A.
from these
Out of these roots
toxins,
in the melee game.
away from these pools that we're setting down.
Sylvan Tune. Grasping Silk.
Also, when the boss is casting Venom Nova, completely safe to move directly under the boss. You'll see me do that here.
Dodge into your blades.
Web Blade.
Dodge.
So as soon as the blade spawns, you just book it to where you need
It's on.
it. Oh, can't have uptime on the boss. I'd also highly recommend having defensive stance on for this whole section. Losing
Play your life
uptime,
here.
whatever,
Watch
no
waves.
problem.
Rallying cry in A.
I don't know if you guys will do the same thing here, but our first
Play your life here.
popper
Watch waves.
goes and plays in this area after the waves go off. So it's going to look really sketchy, but if you just play to the left side of this first pop right
Rally-
here,
Cry in
and
A.
then watch this wave and run directly at it, you will have
Personal,
plenty of space and
P&Z.
be totally safe every single time. Just take your time. Don't get hit by a wave. Do not charge in here. Don't charge in. I know you're thinking about it. Don't do it. We need those charges,
Res him.
and we need to not be hit by a wave. So at about 3
Hold
seconds. Also, I'm still keeping defensive
3,
stance on.
2, 1.
I give us space, turn D stance
Wave just
off,
spawning. Watch your feet.
and then we're doing a normal rotation, dodge waves, all of that good stuff. The way I like to play
Get health
this
pod on this pull in if you need.
is the first pull in. I will have defensive stance and spell reflect.
Healing
The
potion in
second
A.
pull in, I'm using enrage
Personal skin
regeneration.
We are getting pulled in 3,
So I popped enrage regeneration already,
1. Pull.
Grasping
Wave just
Silk.
spawning. Watch your feet.
and then the third pull in you should skip. And this is only going to get easier as the
Damage is good.
buff
Just make sure you
ramps up,
dodge.
right?
Rest.
Make sure we kick. Make sure you dodge as well. Focus on it.
One thing that'll help you on these balls, you can see I see where the balls are spawning. They're gonna jut directly out from this set, right? So just pre-position. Just see where these balls are spawning. Always pay attention, pre-position for them, because they will one-shot you. You will also have random balls coming from the other side of the platform where they spawn. It'll generally be 1, maybe 2, but realistically, they can sneak in if you're not paying attention, so just be careful of them.
Shadow
Just
Blast.
pre-position for these.
Bros, you can just eat those.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, lost in translation. Okay, make sure we bait good beams.
All right, now this is a warrior-specific trick.
Hey, TJ.
One thing we do is we go all the way to the left or the right side here to make sure we're not baiting a beam directly at the portal. If you try and play in the middle and get cleave uptime and bait a beam into the middle, what will generally happen is the beam will go off as someone comes through to grab their portal and die instantly. So don't do that. Play to the sides, please. Another thing that's about the beam, and this is warrior specific, you can spell reflect the beam. So the moment you see this on the floor, you can hit spell reflect. The beam has about a 3-second cast time, and spell reflect lasts 5 seconds. You will hit it every time, no problem. It does 8.7 million damage to the mob, so it's very worth doing.
Pull on my side.
And you also notice here, for this Dispel, I've popped defensive stance. I'm playing very safe, very healthy.
Rest.
But what you're about to witness is tragedy. My prog kill curse.
Here with me next.
Expulsion Beam.
I wait till the pull goes off. I leap over. Notice how the beam has not finished, and I am over here. Very cool. Very cool game. Awesome. Epic. This game does not snapshot like Final Fantasy XIV does. It is just bad.
Res on next platform.
Okay, I'm going to show you how this platform is supposed to look. Right? This is how this is supposed to look. Generally, what I like to do is I'll try and play back into the side of one of these sides, depending on where the expeller is. And then you can just charge the expeller and be totally fine. You don't have to use your leap. This is how this platform should play out, right? You're back here, you charge the expeller. You don't get hit by it, totally cool. Now, you're going to see me leap and then charge to this mob. The reason why I am doing this, and they might have you do this as well, is the first person to touch this platform decides which side gets pulled first. So by jumping and getting to this platform before the other side gets to their platform, you force the pull to come on your side first, which is what is optimal for us. It might be different for you, but that is how that mechanic works. That's how it decides which ones to pull. So that is why I leap this and then charge up to the mob. Our rogue is doing the same thing, getting up here as fast as possible. But that is to guarantee the rest is here. So what I'll do is, once again, we will have Spell Reflect up for the Expeller. We will reflect the Expeller. All these ads have come in. Once these ads have come in, you will pop all of your stuff. But do not Blade Storm immediately. We are actually going to use Blade Storm this time to negate the pull-in. So we do not die from doing all the damage we need to on these ads. So I also noticed that there's stuff on the floor near me, which means that I need to not be here. Because even though you're Blade Storming and you're immune to the pull, these things will still explode and kill you. So I moved out of that at about a second left. I Blade Storm. So I immune the knockback, and then we do business as usual. We do not need Leap for the third platform, so you will have Leap by the time the rest hits this platform again. With buffs, these will die, and you can just click these before anything happens. But if things go wrong and they don't, just pre-position and be ready to leap back over here. I almost die because of the dispel, all that stuff. Use a health pot, keep going. Once again, there is no gripping on this platform. You just have to watch out for orbs. So just when you see the orbs, pre-position for them, be careful of them, do not die. If you're assigned a gate, this is when your weak aura tell you to go for the gate, all that good stuff. But otherwise, it's the same as before. Dodge orbs, hit guy, don't die. Another side note is if you have someone that takes the gate late before the ad dies, this does not need to get dispelled. This will go away by itself on the knockback, so you can save yourself some raid-wide damage by not dispelling that. Wait a minute, this is the other pull. This is the pull we do not kill. Sorry. I will continue on this pull here.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Shadow
I
blast.
went through.
Shadow blast.
Good back. Good back.
So also, something to note that is very, very important. You see I will get rezzed here.
Expulsion beam.
Crazy Hollow next.
But I do not use my cooldowns here. The reason why I do not use my cooldowns here, I want to, but if I use my cooldowns right here, because I died and because I have delayed them, they will not be up when you need them. They need to be used fairly early into Platform 2, or they will not be up.
Grasping.
So we're going to go through here,
Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
do the normal stuff, hit the ad, get knocked up. You do not have to dispel that
Keep
final circle.
We're good. We just have to play a clean phase. If we don't get hit by a single thing on the floor, we'll kill the boss. We just need to watch our feet.
Oh, sure. I have him.
We're doing our partner stance first. Blast the boss one.
Any rebuffs as well?
Oh, get him. Dropping little ads first.
Infest.
So the way we do this is we just stut. While this infest is going off and this gorge is going off, there's going to be little puddles that spawn. It just picks a random player, spawns a puddle. So we're just going to be stutter stepping around the edge of this circle while following the boss.
That's spawning 2, 1 now.
I charge the ads blow everything. Everybody else on my team is also just trying to explode these ads.
Good.
So I will just send all my cooldowns and then finish with Odin's Fury and then just go back to the boss. These
Focus
ads
on
will
watching
die
your feet.
faster and faster as people get more
Feet.
gear. And once again, I cannot stress enough. Do not chase. If this is the situation you're in,
Okay.
right? If you want to, you can pre-position over here to follow the boss.
Make sure we kick here. Focus on watching your feet.
But do not chase the boss into a bad situation. Come over here, hit these ads,
One
you
more
can
set
come
of feet.
here,
Range, make sure you're
break the
pre-positioned.
shields,
Don't
kick
grab an
them.
essence on accident here. Portals?
Just play safe. Please, please, please do not die. Do not die, do not die.
Grabbing essences next. Watch these orbs that they're about to shoot.
These orbs are also very deceptive. They're very slow moving. You feel like a dumbass if you get hit by them. But these orbs will one-shot you for sure. Just like we did with the waves, see where they're going. Pre-position. Do not be hit by them. Very, very important. Now we can get over this. We can jump over this. However, we have to do it very specifically. When you go over this ring, you have to pre-spacebar, like literally spacebar, to go high enough into the air initially to then be able to have enough vertical to jump over the rest of the wall and not get the debuff. So you have to pre-jump and then use your leap. If you try to just base use your leap all on the floor without jumping beforehand, you will hit the wall on the way over and get the dot and you will die. So you have to pre-jump
Okay,
this. So you see, jump and then leap.
Essences in square.
You have to pre-jump it or you will die.
Balls.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Plus, pot, everything.
Now, this is once again where Frenzied Enrage is coming into play. Frenzied Enrage is giving us enough cooldown reduction that Blade Storm will be back up for this ad set. So we will have Odin's Fury into Blade Storm. The reason we want to make sure we Odin's Fury first is to get the Avatar buff, so our Blade Storm is buffed by 20%. This is actually where we also decide to lust with Spy Masters and all that stuff all stacked up. So we lust here, so I will also be sending my potion here to blow up the ads and just do a little more boss damage. This is my last potion of the fight.
Little ads.
Spawning in 3, 2, 1, now.
Rallying cry in
Gonna
8.
die. Okay, raid on. Next thing is raid on square. Shackles on circle.
Shackle circle in 8.
Once again,
Personals in 8.
please just lose globals. Do not die here. You all have plenty of damage. Just do not die. Another thing that's very important to note, so these shackles, as well as the ad spawning at the same time, do a lot of damage. Do not use your Enrage regeneration. Do not use it. You will need it. Do not use it until the last shackle set, the third shackle set. Because if you use it on any of the times before, you will not have it up in time and you will die to the mechanic. So do not use Enrage regeneration until the final shackle set. You need to send God and pray to him to not die to that set, as you will
Personal.
see.
Be on the cooldowns. Make sure we kick. Run, move over and kill the shackles. Don't grab this essence in accident.
Once again, don't be hit by blades.
Watch
Play
your feet.
safe. Just hit the boss. If the tanks are dragging it like they're supposed to, you will be moving out of the blades as you go. It is very safe, very chill.
Make sure we kick.
You'll also notice that I have all of my cooldowns available right here. Right, there is potential that we might skip the third ad set as the boss maybe gets nerfed again, as we gain more damage, as this buff continues to stack up. But I decided to hold my cooldowns for about 45 seconds or so until the final ad set at night. I think it's, I don't remember when it's at in the fight. Yeah, they're about 45 seconds from now. So at about 8:30 is when the final ad set spawns. And I just want to make sure that those things die. I just want to make sure that they die. That is our job. So for on prog at least, I hold my cooldowns for that.
Range be positioned towards triangle. Make sure we kick.
Also, the hitbox on these ads is actually massive. So if you're between them on this platform, you can hit both of these ads and the boss at the same time. Pretty good.
So,
Also, if you can, make sure you're kicking. Kicking is very important. The ads do a lot of damage.
Yeah, give it some love, give it some love. Portals?
Pick up essence.
Watch your feet. Grabbing essences next.
We
It's
have a
gonna be
scout
it's
melee.
gonna be a bit weird. It's gonna be weird. It's playable. It's completely fine.
Dropping blood.
Grab essences.
Once again, dodge the orbs.
Going through the portal. Essences
have to
right. Everyone
pre-jump.
else left.
Jump, and then leave. Okay.
Watch your health.
Also, I have done this before, where we have movement speed buffs going right now, so it's easier to fight against this movement. But if you stutter step towards the boss at all, it actually moves you really, really fast. So if you touch this circle right here, you just get a massive dot. You
Health
just
here,
die.
don't die.
Shackles gate in
Watch your
A.
feet.
Royal
Make sure you dodge.
condemnation.
Shackles gate. Personal.
No barrier.
Once again, we have shackles, but do not send them Rage Regeneration. There is not an ad set with the second shackle, so they do a lot less.
Live. Just live. Good. Move over. Kill these.
And the reason why we position these shackles here is so range can set up here, we can set up here, we kill the shackles just by standard cleave, and then we're in position for the last ad set. And this is where
And
you
get your
send
stacks.
your last set of
These are done.
cooldowns and you blow up
Okay.
these
We're doing
ads.
ads.
Infest.
You can, if you want to as well, you're free to hold potion for this as well instead.
Swaps of these. Make sure they
2,
die.
129.
You'll also notice here I make a mistake. I did not stutter step as this gorge was going out,
Now.
so now I'm boxed off and I don't know when these swirlies are going to hit. So it takes me longer to wait for these swirlies to hit and then go in. Otherwise, if I would have went in, they would have fallen on me, I would have died bad.
Up. Kill these.
Web flames.
Watch your feet.
This is
Just need to
also
die.
a
As
great
you're
time to
spawning,
shockwave.
Shackles on diamond. Raid
These
to
ads
skull.
are very fast.
Raid
Healing
everyone
potion in A.
personal.
And this is where you will have Enrage Regeneration for this specific scenario. Regardless of whether or not if you get a shackle on it, you will be sending God on this. You will send all of your defensives on this.
Everything you have
Front
right
left.
now.
Shackles moon
Everyone
external.
So you'll notice I will Enrage Regeneration, Spell Reflect, and
Live.
Defensive
Make
Stance.
sure we kick.
I go from 94 to 19% health in that single instant, and then I'll health pot back up. But yeah, you need to save Enrage Regeneration from this, or you will die. Even if you're over here in the AMZs, send it. This damage instance is crazy.
Move
Alright,
over,
they're
kill
getting
them.
Royal shackles.
Kill them.
Play
Make sure
safe,
kicking,
play
make sure
safe,
kicking,
play
make sure
safe.
Kill these
Now press.
shackles. Just hit the boss. Keep pressing personals. Keep sending stuff that you have. Make sure we kick. Make sure we kick.
Web flames.
Gotta get these out. Watch your feet.
Odd if you have it.
Live anything you have to live.
Pick up essence.
Kill the boss.
I sent Health Zone. I sent everything I could to live.
Get it done.
Let's
Get it
go,
done.
boys. Let's go, boys.
Oh, dude,
Let's
let's
go.
fucking
Let me
go.
kill the boss.
Let's go, baby.
Why is that the pull we
Let's
killed,
fucking go.
man? Fuck!
Thank
Token collector.
Ah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Bro, I jumped past the beam and it blew me up midair.
Touchstone for the end.
That's so fucking tragic. And that is our US 23rd kill, with a bit of commentary. One thing that I think, like I said, like this pull here, where we're going, this pull I end at like 1.75. That's a different one. But this pull here, I end at like 1.75. We have a lot of low wipes. We actually had a lot of low wipes in a row on this fight. But it is just eternally tragic that that I feel so cursed that I play good on the other pulls, but when we finally get the kill pull, something happens and I'm just fucking dead. Obviously, there's a ways to outplay it. Now that I know that beam is so fucking sketchy, I'm just not even going to play with it anymore. I'm just going to leap forward or backwards. I'm not even going to cross it. But, very happy we killed the boss. Very glad that we get to go on farm. If you have any questions about the boss, feel free to let me know. There are a lot of small things you can do to make this boss easier on yourself, such as, like I said, the half moon movement, whenever the web blades spawn, making sure you're watching for waves. It's very, very important. All that good stuff, right? All that good stuff. I think in this one I had to, like, back up somebody's essence. Yeah, like, backed up someone's essence because they died. But we had a lot of close pulls tonight. Like, here, let me bring up the actual log from this. So we actually hard cranked this boss tonight. Sorry, let me go to... Why isn't it showing everything? Why isn't it showing everything? Why is it not showing all? Okay. So we had a 0.3% wipe, but look at these pulls. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we killed the boss on pull 10. We literally went really deep, 6 pulls in a row, and then blew up the boss. We had a 0.3% wipe. Like, this wipe was... I was doing so good, man. It's just tragic. Of course, the 1 kill pull that happens to me, but like if we look at like all encounters, I'm doing so good. I'm doing so much damn. Whatever. We killed the boss. Very, very happy. Hopefully you may have learned some stuff, some like small stuff maybe that'll help you, but otherwise that was our kill. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a good one. Bye-bye.